Hey guys, it's Liam here and welcome back to another video. Now we have a lot to get into today, including an update on Sesko, several done deals and a lot more. So let's get into it. Before I get started, I would like to remind you guys to please like the video and subscribe to the channel. It really helps me out. Also, comment down below on your thoughts on the current transfer news. Well, we start with the most important piece of transfer news, which has actually come out in the last few hours. That is, Benjamin Sesko has agreed full personal terms with Manchester United. It was revealed yesterday that Sesko wanted to join United, and it was always United. Sorry, Newcastle.
More rejections than a vegetarian applying for a job at a butcher's. Yeah, it's not good. Let the jokes commence. I feel bad for Newcastle, actually. I do feel bad for them because they've exposed themselves more times than a pervert in a park. Does that work?
According to Fabrizio Romano, the player has agreed to a contract until June 2030. And according to David Ornstein, United made a bid of €85 million with add-ons. Club-to-club talks with RB Leipzig are continuing. Lock and load, people, here we go, soon to come. I do also think that it is quite funny how Fabrizio and others are reporting this, while Sky are still saying there is no full agreement yet. So, Sky are definitely behind on this news. However, like always, there are positives and negatives to this deal. United get a good striker, but this won't be good if you're Newcastle or Rasmus Højlund, as this means Rasmus Højlund might have missed out on his place at Manchester United, and this means Newcastle have had one of the worst transfer windows ever. After all, they missed out on Hugo Ekitike, who went to Liverpool, João Pedro and Liam Delap, who both went to Chelsea, Brian Mbamo, who went to Manchester United, and now Sesko is also set to go to Manchester United. Don't forget there has been no news on Wissa for weeks, so for all we know Newcastle pulled out of that deal as well. I do really need to make a video on this. This has been a generational failure from Newcastle. They clearly have no pull, much like me. But it still hasn't stopped them from approaching AC Milan for Malik Thiaw. He's an important player for Milan, but talks are still to follow. Meanwhile, Milan have signed Arden Jashari from Club Brugge. The deal is done with the player already flying to Milan for his medical. The deal is worth €39 million. And the deal has been done after the player has only won to Milan since June. So now AC Milan are definitely looking like a strong team. Meanwhile, over at Liverpool and Alhilal have reached an agreement in principle to sign Darwin Nunez for €53 million, which is about £46 million. Now, Darwin is open to the move, so I'm sure a personal term agreement is soon to follow. In addition, RB Leipzig are discussing with Liverpool about a possible move for Harvey Elliott as a potential replacement to Xabi Simons. As to which, no reports have emerged on what's going on there, so I would assume Chelsea are still negotiating. Prem starts in 10 days, lads, you should better get a move on. But, speaking of Chelsea, and reports have emerged that Nicholas Jackson has emerged as a serious option for Newcastle after being snubbed by Sesko. Yeah, sure, take him. We only want a small price of £90 million. Though if they really do get him, I really do pity Newcastle for the coming season. Another deal gaining traction is Evan Gesson to Aston Villa. The deal is locked and loaded. The deal is in place with Aston Villa to pay Nice €35 million including add-ons. In addition, Manchester City and Everton are in talks over a potential loan deal for Jack Grealish. According to Ben Jacobs, Everton are seeking a loan, though are unlikely to consider a permanent transfer unless he agrees to significantly lower his wage demands. But that's not the only story making headlines, as Wilfred Ndidi to Besiktas is a done deal. A mutual agreement has been agreed between all parties, and Leicester are to receive €9.5 million or over £8 million. Medical is booked for Thursday. Now, in some final stories for tonight, A deal has been agreed between Torino and Napoli for Giovanni Simeone. Napoli are to be paid €8 million, and Diego's son will travel to Turin for his medical and sign his contract. Finally, the deal is complete between Marseille and Juventus for a loan move for Timothy Weah. On top of the €1 million loan fee, there is an obligation to buy clause worth €14 million, including €3 million in add-ons. Well, that's all the transfer news I have for you today. Thank you all so very much for watching. Please be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and be sure to get your comment in on your thoughts on the current transfer news. Thank you, and goodbye.